All right. I have to open things up here. Okay. I'm here. Hi, Logan. How you doing? I need to figure things out. Oh, Tinglish. Okay. That's great. We got some people. You know, some people get to be in Dublin today, and some people are not there for various reasons. Okay. I need to remap my keyboard real quick. Okay. We got 4 people on. You don't wish to be awake, but you are. Well, I'm happy for your sacrifice, Logan. Uh, I don't know why it's opening there. Okay. Let me just open up all my files. Yeah. And go to dialog split. Instructions. Okay, we're gonna jump here. Okay. Oh, hi, Juno and Tumba. Is this a new person? You may notice that I am opening up in LibreOffice rather than in Word. Um, I don't know what the heck is going on with this, but the whole reason is that Word has been giving me input lag, and I do not want to deal with trying to type fast and getting input lag. Ah, okay, that's interesting. Hey, why did we? So auxiliaries negation. Possession, passive, anti-passive. So there was no, I did not actually determine anything about how um the subordinate clauses evolve. So what the heck is going on with this? I don't know why this happened. Um Hello Phoenix. We're going to jump down to construction subordinate clauses, subordination. So we have a resultative clause, right? And parfois puchi shwa sha pacho. Okay. And that is, and don't ask me why I have all of these random forms as, but we need to go to get middle fay and constructions. We will go through and get all of these. For some reason, I decided to start with the now. So the resultative clause. This is interesting. Yeah, 5 sentences ahead of the actual cursor. I think it might actually be because of Copilot, which I really should just remove that from the system. But at the same time, I'm not a super technical guy, and it would just frustrate me when they add it back and I have to remove it again. Oh, hello, James Hopkins. How are you doing? Thank you for joining the stream. James Hopkins is the creator of Itlani, which is a the language of, I guess, the lingua franca of the planet of Itlan, and one of the most complete and like thoroughly constructed languages I have ever seen. How many words do you have, Jim? So we're doing it a little bit differently. So what I have is we have the descendant of this construction, just a direct descendant of this construction. Okay. 26,400. Wow. That is probably more words than I will ever put in a conlang. So, complement clause. Trying to think, what did I... Okay, I saw that the deer ate the grass. What is... was using demonstratives. Okay. So I used demonstratives, but it looks like this is just the verb to eat without any nominalizer, which is odd. This is an odd decision. I don't know if I want to keep that structure. On the one hand, it clearly does evolve into like a relative pronoun structure, right? Um, or like these clearly will evolve into a relativizer the same way that that did in English. Juno, you have to remember that you have to understand that Jim has focused on that language for many decades. Um, and also, he and who created Alyssa? I am 100% not clear on, not certain I have oh, okay. I'm not going to Chatter Days because I don't have that time slot free, so I don't know what you're talking about, Logan. Um, let's see here. What is the thing that I need to look at? Oh, Tony. That's right. Alersa. It's Tony Harris, right? Hi, Adam. Okay, so we have veterans and we have new people. Well, hopefully you can learn something. Okay, that's fine. But Jim and Tony have like learned each other's languages, and they both have spent a long, long time developing their languages. Atlani, 30 years. 30 years working on one language. You have some other languages too that are spoken on Itlan, right? I know that Tony has other languages other than Alursa, but um so anyway. So I think what I was going for here, we could actually evolve this in an interesting way. By nominalizing this verb, and this this is the demonstrative that evolves into the definite article sha. And what I'm thinking is that we could go with that. So we could have I don't like leaving the verb in a finite form here. I actually, but I don't know if I want to do. So the resultative, we can have the resultative occur by doing this preposition thing, right? Which is what we have here. Um, I need to figure out where are my notes on like how this evolves, right? I need to figure out, yeah. So um yes. So this is, I was using the locative form, which becomes like an accusative. Yes, that's how it is, Juno. Yeah, Logan. Okay. I need to. Oh, did I? Here. Hold on a second. Hold on. Sylvan inflection work. Do I have those all listed here? Okay, here we go. So these are, okay, there we go. So these are nominative and accusative. I guess this is the dawn ones. This is dawn. This is dusk. I don't know why I reversed. I usually put dusk first. And then these are for all of my current verbs. I need to find a place to put those on my actual. Oh, hi, Madeline. Well, nice to pop in. Yeah, see ya. Well, it was nice of you to pop in between your talks. um, so we have this, and interestingly, these are not nearly as distinct, but there is a distinction between the nominative and accusative forms in dusk, much more so than in dawn. Or, but it's much stronger in dawn, right? That's something we could use possibly. Um, so what I need to think about is, so I have this resultative construction. We can have this complement. I think what we want to do is actually we want to talk about what happens when the verb becomes an argument. Okay. So yeah. resultative constructions are formed with the preposition followed by the, let's just call this the infinitive. Call it the, by the accusative infinitive form of the verb. Infinitive, well, we'll call it dependent because I don't know if I'm going to have anything else. And then this needs to be heading 3. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. So I think what I want to do, what I want is to evolve this structure I have here for the complement clause into, this is going to become go into the that dependent form. So let's say, okay, let's see. I saw that the deer ate grass. So let's talk about the complement form first. We had 2 possible forms in the first one. And if we go through Obsidian, I don't want OBS. I don't want OBS open. That is going to absolutely kill my stream if I have 2 separate video capture softwares running. Oh, okay. Juno. I have to highlight this. The conlang I'm using for the relay, it was born approximately 6 weeks ago. That is very fast to be confident in using a language for like significant translation. that is a bit crazy. Although maybe I just don't have enough time to develop things. But 6 weeks, that's like you must have been developing that language almost full time. Okay. And Logan, time is weird, especially as you get older. I think about like how old am I going to be when my daughters graduate high school and leave for college, and it's not like real to me. It's a dialect of an existing language. So yeah, that's a little bit easy. That's a little easier. Okay, so I saw that the deer ate grass, and let's look up all these words. See? I want to actually be looking in. Let's just search within the fairy family. I was doing some work with Ndekaya. That's why I have a bunch of draconic words up. See, that's not what I want. Okay. Chi. So I saw. I see. Wait, is this singular or plural? I saw that the deer ate grass. So this is actually not correct. It would just be chi because we need the we need shu. Okay. Do, and so it should be shu. Okay, so we want the past imperfect verbative. Schriftliche. Is that right? This is a little really weird. Okay, let me say. I think I have something wrong here. There has to be. I think this is it. I think. Yeah. Somehow I pasted this in wrong. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back to this and I'm going to go through I'm going to regenerate this verb paradigm real quick. Sometimes this just happens. I paste things in the wrong way. This is why. So I need to put cute and have to remember how I did this. So lexicology to verb chart is okay. I need to actually get all of these forms. And give me a second here. Yeah, that's not a problem. People know that I'm working on that. Control H, and we went /T, becomes a new line, and then what I want to do, I need to go into Dawn. I need to go to the Dawn sound changes, and I already have this. This is fully documented on that other thing, right? Yeah, dependent verb forms. Yeah, I have fully documented what these roots are. So there's no need to keep that in Lexergy. So why is there an error? Okay. Oh, I have to go all the way. Okay. I have to go all the way and do it from Middle Fay. So I need to go actually, so I need the Elder Fay route, put that in, and do all of that again. And then now, if we put this in correctly, oh, obviously I need to actually do all the sound changes. So we need to apply this, export, and then export this. Should give us the correct chart. And we actually are going to do the right chart this time. So we're going to go here, and we're going to do this simplified chart and jump in, and we can just delete this old table if we can select it all. And that looks much better. Did I have the same issue with the Dusk one? No, the Dusk is correct. So I don't know why Dawn ended up weird. Okay. Hey, what? Oh. Did I mess something up? Okay, did I just Okay, that's weird. Do these forms? Oh, I accidentally pasted this into Dusk. So we actually do want to do the Dusk forms too. So and then we can export that. And Sorry about that. This has been correcting dictionary entries with George. Let me catch up with Chad a little bit. Yeah, 2016-ish. Conlanging stretches the mind. That's true. That's true. I need to... Okay. You guys did not see all of what I did, but just know that it was brilliant. No, it was just fixing errors. So, truthful is the correct form for me to put in here. And this is not here. And then so yeah, it'll be patio. And so we want sha. Sha. Why is this a different? Okay. This is, so there's this font Aptos that I cannot select here. So I'm going to change them all to Arial. Patio. So sha. And then let's look at eat. What is eat? Eat. So middle phase that. What? What is the, okay. No. Do we not have the modern? That's so weird. Okay, let's fix that. And I'm just saying, if somebody created my dream dictionary that would do all of this inflection for me, these streams would go a lot quicker. Okay, so I actually want to do all of the sound changes. We need to take this from middle Fay. And we want to get the paradigm for middle Fay, which will be this giant thingy. And then, so we want to make a new word, middle Sylvan, new note. Let's go ahead and put the chart first. And we'll go ahead and get this. So one thing I'm going to think about, I'm going to need to think about, is what is my citation form actually going to be in the end? Because I have been using the third person inanimate form, which is fine. It's like, it's just the verb root. But should it be that infinitive that I created? Listen, listen, Logan. I just want this program. I think it already meant eat. There's no reason for that not to be stable. And then we need to do the sound changes in each of these dialects. So, Tai, Taifu, Tai, Taifu, Taifu, Taitu, Tai. That is wild. Tai, Taishi, Taiyu, Taiyu. Okay, dismiss. Tai, Tai. That is Tai. So I have been. I want to tell people there has been times when I've been looking at this language and I'm like, does it actually have enough diphthongs? Because one of my goals was to have some diphthongs, and now we get Taifu, and that is a very interestingly vowely word. Okay, so let's go. Let's get the paradigm for that, and this is okay. And do we have okay, we'll get it Dawn. So tree is this form. Yeah, tree. And we get noun format. Okay, people just and this is a verb. Uh, etymology from Fei and oi. Okay, so a note that this will be to mutation. Um, which is important. And then this is eat. And then we need the dusk form. Dusk form is tajfu. Yeah, so because that e becomes j. Tajfu. And so tre, and then oh, is there what did they have a software? Okay. I think I forgot about the pronunciation stages. What is the form that I'm using? So tre. Okay. Tre. Okay. And then I need to go get the pronunciation for this one. Okay. I want the stage. I want this. Tre. 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 So we want tre. Okay. So and then so this is an herbivore. So it would be tao yu, tao yu, tao tao, right? Except okay, no, we're not doing the herbivore form. Tao. What we want is that dependent form. So I need to dependent verb forms. I actually have it. Très joie, très 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 très. Okay, so that is a weird form. What am I going to do? How am I going to put these in? Sha, true, sure. Why are we? What is this? Why does this? Why is it default to a font that I can't select myself? I'm really confused by that. Schriftfu, Schriftfu, Tritfu, Tritfu, Sha, Tru, 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 Pachu, and I have grass somewhere. Grass. Shitty. So this is blade of grass. Why are there two shushi? Okay, shushi as a mass noun in Dawn is it's shushi. Shushi fakshi shushi. Shresh. Shresh. Oh, Dawn borrowed Swish from Dusk as Blade of Grass. So this actually should be and this should be fa shushi. Fa, yeah, should be like that. And then we're going to grass. We need the accusative shasa. Shasha. Why have I made so many tongue twisters? Shasha. 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 Sha. Shasha. Okay. So, all of that, just to construct a sentence here, where, and actually, should trigger. So this should be fuchi sra. Yeah. No, it should be right? I think it should be I'll check it in a minute. Walk. So kutach pusha. Yeah, it should definitely be ku. Huchicha. Shra. Because it's controlled by this preposition. Here we don't need to worry about that. Fushe. Chutfu. Sha. Chui. Shuo. Shui. Patio. Patio. Shasha. Okay. Now, the two options I'm thinking of is we could use the definite article, which used to be a demonstrative. And then the other evolution is we could use the just the regular demonstrative. That. So we see and we see. We see. Is that right? This? We see. We see. Why is that the plural? Did I figure out? Do I have? I have the articles figured out. We see. Okay, interesting. Why did I not have the dusk reflex of this? We see. So I'm going to go back. I'm going to go and make sure that I have this right. We see. This should not take too much time to like sort out here. So we want to, and the plural form. We see and we see. Okay. If I check my Silva notes, I think that I have a section on determiners. Yeah. Okay. I was thinking to do a. Let's actually look at what Dawn and Dusk look like. 语系, 语系. Okay. Jish, jish, jishich. Okay, so let's document that properly. Let's make sure that we actually have this reflected in Dusk. And we need to get the forms here. Jish and jishich. And jishich. So, okay. Sounds good. Why did I? No, I need to get That's right. Okay, so I need to get the proper thing. What am I doing? Okay. I want to have this, and then I want to have the pronunciation, which is not a difficult one. It is just this. Okay, so let's take a look at what people are saying. Your phonology is exotic. Okay. It's yeah. Well, it's a little difficult. Okay. I like the sounds they personally my most Mandarin and also Celtic and Scandinavian Germanic to a lesser extent. So yeah, it's so Celtic, Scandinavian, Germanic, that was all intentional. Mandarin is just because I speak Mandarin fairly well, so that kind of leaks into every language in some way. uh okay, you're the only so I know that French also has the labial palatal, like in words like oui, nuit, but for some reason, to me, it has like a different quality than in Mandarin. Although part of it may be, I don't think it can start a word in French. Somebody can correct me if that. Oh, no, it can. Oui, yeah, oui, it can. Um, but it sounds different. Oh, there's a dialect of English with you. that that sounds interesting. English vowels are a giant mess. English vowels and semivowels. Um, so I need to. Okay, where was I? So right here, where are we? Okay. Now that we have gotten our demonstrative documented in both languages, we basically end up with where am I? Oh, I'm in the wrong document. Okay. Peekaboo. Peekaboo. Am I not in the? I'm in the wrong document or right? Okay, we got questions. Subordination. So what we have is like option one. Since both of these occurred, um, and now I realize, okay, this is accusative, right? So I need to. Uh, it should actually be B. B. It should be B, right? That's the accusative form. And then this will be Yishi. 语系. Um, so I need a subject. Can we think of an example that would use a subject? Do we have a word sing? I don't think we have a word for sing. I think that's just giving me singular. Okay. Let's go through. Let's construct this in Dawn first. And we go through all of the verbs in Dawn. So be, beckon, grow, cover, fall, wither, run, safe, walk, heal. Okay. I think I can do, so we're going to say that this does not seem correct. Yeah, this is not the correct paradigm, but we can fix that later. Safi, Safi. Um, I saw that the deer ate grass. And this actually should be sha. There should be a sha here. Don't do articles, folks. They'll drive you nuts. So we need yeah, so what was I thinking? Yeah, shafi. How do I shafi? Safi. And then let's do the walk. So we would have sha, sha. And then what is the dependent form for walk? We want the dawn. We want kuti. Kuti becomes the word for walk. So kuti, and it's puchi xue. And then how do we say pui shahivrishi? Pui shahivrishi. So, and then we need me, which would go look at our pronouns. Where's our pronouns? Pronouns, the accusative singular first person tu. So and I want to because it's a very light so yeah. So walk mountain. Walking to the mountain healed me. Now there's an ambiguity there. And so and then we need to replace this sha with yi shi. Okay, so these are our two options here. Itlani has one article. I mean, oh, the thing, Jim, the thing that I have about articles is if you want to include articles in your language, the way that articles end up being used in different languages is actually quite variable. And like I most of the time conlanging, I have just not done them. And part of my issue is that I'm used to not doing them and I leave them out. Um the languages I speak the most, Spanish has articles, they work differently than in English in a lot of different ways. Not just because they inflect for um gender and number, but also because they are just used in different situations, right? Um, and then Mandarin does not have articles, although there are some things that become like definite like or indefinite like. There's still ways to express definiteness. And then like I started Dakaga and I rolled to have just a definite article, and I ended up like not getting consistent rules for it. And here I'm having trouble with it because the thing is, it's going to be different from language to language, but it's really difficult to define the rules for when you use an article and not. Yeah. Uh yeah, it's discourse and valency stuff. So it's really idiosyncratic. I believe I have an article somewhere that talks about like the different things that articles can be used for. We generally talk about them as definite and indefinite, but there's a whole bunch of different dimensions that they can affect. There's definiteness. There's also specificity. Um, there's some languages that have just like one article that just is basically just a noun marker. Like this is a noun or this is a noun phrase. So it's it's quite diverse, but like trying to think about how they work is really hard, and then trying to like do it by feel is also difficult. So anyway, we got these two um we've got this. There's two different things here going on. So if we use a definite article, right? The advantage to that is it makes the difference between these more salient. And whereas this will be invariant between the complement clause and the like subject clause, this will give an extra thing. This is not as big a deal in Chapitre in Dawn because of like because these forms are pretty distinct. Like there's always going to be some odd. There's this the nominative of the nominative infinitive is always going to end with and then the others are going to end with a or with Dusk, it might be more interesting. So let's try to construct these examples in Dusk and see how that works out. So if we go down to constructions and go to the subordinate clauses. Okay, I didn't even have it. Yeah, so we'll go to subordination. I'm going to have to make this anyway. Let me because we're focusing on this, we want to get all of the Dusk forms. No, I don't want a new note. I want to search within this. And I want to go to do shui and shui fusha. And eat. Tre. And what is the... No, I need C first. C. Chu. Yeah, chutfu. Shui fusha chutfu. And then it should be yi, and I need to look up this I need to look up that form. I need the dependent form of eat. So this is the accusative dependent form, and it would be shop passive. I think passive is dear. Passive, yeah. And passive. No, it's passive because it's the subject of the sentence. Passive, passive, and I have to get grass is swish. So it would be sway, yeah. Or saja, right? So because in here grass is plural. Okay. So we have that. And then if we have this, this is going to instead be jish. Jish. And then we need to safi. Okay, heal. Heal is thaf. Yeah. Yeah, so it's this should be thaf. So we go thaf. Let's just go like this and make another line and then go to the pronouns. Chi, go back to that. Chi. And it would be, yeah, sha, yeah, sha, and then walk, dependent form for walk, and then kuti becomes kuchi shwa, kuchi shwa. And then, what is it? 2. Yeah, spue. And it would be sha, hivlish. Okay. And then if we take this one, we'd go here and we'd have jish. So here what we're seeing is in dusk, the only difference between the nominative and accusative is wa and wa and yue, right? It's just this one the co-articulation on here, right? If we look at the chart, tu fas schwa versus tu fas schwa, kaswa versus kaswa, fu fi schwa versus fu fi schwa. There's other ones that sub toi, okay? There are others that have other differences, like, right? Clisois versus clisois. So the differences are much more subtle um, in Dusk than they are in Dawn. In Dawn, you just look for this at the end, and then you ah 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 oh or and then you can see like the difference there, right? So my thought is, if we have a difference between them, what we would have is my so I think I'm going to actually turn this into a patron poll, and the options will be both of them use the definite article. Okay. Both of them use, which one am I looking at? Both of them use the demonstrative, or we have a situation where Dawn uses the demonstrative and Dusk picked up the definite article. Specifically because that using the definite article will be more useful in Dusk. So I think that I will turn into a poll, and we can move on to take a look at something else for the rest of this. Let's see. So we've been looking at subordination. Let's go back to our subordinate clause constructions. Our resultative is worked out. Complement clause, but we're working on just both subject and complement, right? Temporal slash locative. Temporal and locative are going to have to change. I never actually worked out how relative clauses work. If we have adverbial clauses, okay. So I kind of had envisioned this dependent form showing up everywhere. So that's kind of where we're going to go. So let's see. What do I work on? Interesting. So here, I think what we're going to have is the temporal class and the adverbials are going to collapse. I want to take a look at what prepositions we have, because we had D being important. D becomes in a place. Is above. Okay. Yeah, G. And then let's look at the Chika Fifi, because the prepositions worked out differently. D becomes like or as here. I think Ooh, inside, in a place. Okay, so the locative, like a locative, will probably use. Okay. Okay. I think it will be easier to. Um, I think what we want to do is we'll do this separately for each language, and then we want to go here and we want to go look up prep so that we have this is actually going to be bien. So bien, yeah, bien. We have C. And we get the no, it's pa. I think. Let's see, what does middle fay? Let me run the sound changes real quick. Yeah, it would be low tone pa. Okay. So this is and then already used for resultatives. Not that it can't be used for other things, but that's something to note. Seek. So this, let's just double check here. This is a weird one. So I want to cha. It will become cha. Through, across. It meant just through. It should be tai. I can just double check that. Apply. Oh, it becomes te. Okay. That I can deal with. Te. And te is what did it mean historically? And che. from or of historical is away from. And then, okay, we definitely want to be clear on what this form should be. It should be E. It's not E, it's E, and it says about or regarding. And so I'm not going to use all of these, but it's good to have that all listed out. If we do the same thing with Dawn, now, did I ever actually transfer these over for Dawn? No, I never actually put any of my prepositions for Dawn in there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to copy all of this material, and then I will delete the tables, and I need to fix the forms. And I'm going to make sure these forms are correct. The reason I am It is a challenge. Um, it's a little bit awkward. It's a little because I'm creating two languages at the same time. Dawn is remarkably conservative. Where does this come from? Okay. So Dawn is remarkably conservative in terms of the prepositions. I did not realize that I did that. Yeah. I do need to like move these over, but I need to go back and I need to go get my sound changes done because I have forgotten that I made a change to how uh, prepositions work. And there we go. To come on. Okay, I actually need to, what I need to do is actually go. Uh, I'm gonna need to go all the way back to what's the so I need this. And then what is the where does the tree come from? This is twee. Okay. Okay. Okay, there we go. And then we go here. We're going to have to get this. So T, this is just E. E. And it's actually fa. Why is it like that? Fa. B. Okay, I need to Done. Yeah, we. And chi, and then pak. Where is? Okay, I didn't put. I don't know why I have things like missing weirdly. Okay. Cha. Pa. And chu. Okay. And when I go through, I need to add these to the dictionary. It's interesting that that Dawn is so conservative in add positions, and Dusk is not. So if we look at them, no, they're about the. So I'm definitely going to have Z, right? In the original notes, we have um, D and Bia being used. I didn't have it in front of or after. I never actually made those. So D and Bia, okay, at the same time, simultaneous or during, right? Do those still make sense? G, and this is like or as in modern. So I think that would probably shift the way I did. So okay, I just put the difference in this historical. So I included these historical meanings in case I wanted to have them have a like make a difference. But okay, well thanks Jim. That's been great. I actually need to end the stream now too. But Now that we have these all listed out, I will have time to like think about in each of these dialects what actually happens when you control a verb with one of them. With and maybe not all of them have like a conventionalized meaning, right? Maybe not all of them have a separately grammaticalized meaning for clauses. Um, it, but it's good to have this all listed out here so I can like refer to it. Um, Meanwhile, look out, patrons, for the poll, where we go and decide like exactly um, how argument clauses work and if there's a difference between the two languages, right? So, with all of that said, thank you all for watching. Um, it's been fun, and I'm going to say happy content.